Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lap Classic Remastered. This time we take a look at the 1999 Honda Accord Type R. This is our final Accord to take on the course, and this Accord is pretty special. You see, every Accord in Gran Turismo 2 naturally is based on the Japanese market Accords. Apart from this one, the Type R was a European exclusive, so that of course means this is based on the European 6th generation Accord, which shared its underpinnings with the Rover 600, one of the best looking Accord generations in my opinion, this one. And the Type R is a very well revered car, especially now in the modern days, now that Civic Type Rs are insanely expensive. People are starting to look at these sort of lesser known Type Rs to get their Type R thrills, and this was a very good car. 2.2 litre VTEC engine. I think in these ones, in base, it pushes out just under 200 horsepower, standard manual transmission, as you would expect. In terms of Gran Turismo 2, this one often gets forgotten about because it's a prize car. This is from the Sedan Cup. I've just had to look over there. This is from the Sedan Cup, so a little bit of a lesser forgotten vehicle. In terms of the race mod as well, it doesn't really shout about itself too much. It's very similar to the race mod that can be found on some of the 6th generation Civics, where it's just sort of a colour block at the bottom and then some Honda logos. The Kenwood logo, though, is a nice touch. It is a strange one, considering by this point, the 1999 BTCC season, they were using this gen of Accord as the base for the race car. So, a little bit weird they didn't decide to do a replica of that, but I don't know, this could have been a very late addition from PD, considering, again, it is only a European market vehicle, this one. And it would never return, of course, from this point onwards. They would be replaced in GT3 onwards by the Euro R Accords, which are different. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this one on the track. Front engine, front wheel drive, 328 horsepower, 1,148 kilograms. Accords on this series have been doing reasonably okay, as long as you ignore the 4-speed automatic wagons, but this one is not that. We get a juicy 5-speed, although it does seem to be quite long ratioed, so this is, I think, going to have to be a bit of a first gear car here, because second gear, yeah, just no revs whatsoever. And this being VTEC, of course, no turbocharger, so it is all NA tune power right at the top of the rev range. Anyways, to find out how the 1999 Accord Type R gets along, it is going to have 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Suzuki Escudo Pikes Peak version. That car set a time of a 25.696. The Accord Type R unlikely to beat that. In terms of Accords, the quickest Accord we've had was the 1996 Accord SIR Sedan. That set a time of a 30.45, so that is the ballpark for this car. They're 30.449 even, so just outside of that 0.45, but there you go. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a first gear car, which does mean it is a little bit sketchier to drive than some other front wheel drive vehicles can be. That does mean it's going to be very sensitive on the front end. Gran Turismo 2 doing an excellent job of simulating what it is like to drive a car in first gear, because when you first start driving, it's pretty terrifying. 30.399 though, so if we can gather this all up, we are on for a reasonably quick car. Outside of sort of handling issues, this actually drives pretty darn well, it does have to be said. It does make me wish the gearbox was a little bit shorter ratioed, so we could get the most out of this, but alas, we get that long European gearbox. 30.060. I would dearly love to get this into the under 30 club. I want to say this would be, obviously I'm overthinking, no, the GTV, I was about to say, would this be the first naturally aspirated front wheel drive car to get into the under 30s, but I actually don't think it is, because again, GTV V6 maybe the first with the 4-cylinder, but again, that's sort of a little bit too niche there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to quite make that happen for this car, and the snag of oversteer on the exit there basically confirms that. Bit of a shame. I mean, I'm quite happy I got as good a lap as that out of it, to be honest, because that looked to be a pretty good lap, actually, all things considered. Potentially a little bit of time in this, but being one of those sort of drive it in first gear cars, it can be a little bit inaccurate to drive, but on the whole, I'd say it's easily the quickest accord, even sort of semi-consistently with banging them laps in, so yeah, quite happy with that as a sort of overall vehicle, does have to be said. In terms of the lap times, yeah, that Sector 3, I'm not quite sure if I buy it being that much quicker, but if it was, then it'd be an under 30 car, so that would be good, but unfortunately not quite. I think if you sort of kept going round and round, you could potentially sort of get it in there. Obviously, being able to do that in 6 laps is a little bit more of a problem, but a good time for a good car. A 30.060 will place this into 229th place, goes in between the Nissan Skyline GTS 25T Type M and the Nissan Silvia Spec R Aero. It is quicker than a TVR Chimera, quicker than an ST185 Toyota Sleeker GT4, quicker than a Spoon Integra Type R, Peugeot 406 V6 Coupe. In terms of cars sort of comparable to this, quicker than the Alfa Romeo 156 by about 0.1, Astra SRI quicker than that, quicker than the Altezza RS200 again about 0.4 up on the normal Accord, so yeah, overall pretty good car. Not quite at the sort of ultra high level of front wheel drive car, again, if the gear ratios were different, who knows, but a pretty good time for a pretty good car. I'm happy with that as an Accord fan. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when I'll be driving something completely different. Until then, farewell.